Hey guys, how are we all going? So I'm Jack, and when I was 7, I broke the cardinal rule of snow sports. For those of you who haven't had the pleasure of snow goggle tan, when you're skiing pretty damn fast down a mountain and you look at a tree, you're gonna hit the tree. So long story short, whack. I went face first into the tree and fell into the massive well of snow beneath, and I couldn't get out. Thankfully, my sister wasn't very far behind me, saw me in my little snow prison, and began skiing back down the mountain to get help. However, as I sat there and contemplated, will I be here forever? Will my best friend be a Yeti? Does this officially make me an Eskimo? No, young Jack had to get out of this himself. So with some skill, strategy, and sneaky MacGyver ski work, I pulled myself out of that hole, skied back down the mountain, walked into the lodge, looked at the warm fire, sculled a hot chocolate, and reflected on my recent brush with death. Whilst a full-scale search party was looking for the boy who disappeared from a hole. You see a pair of laughing eyes, and suddenly you're sighing sighs. You're thinking nothing's wrong, you string along, boy, then whack. Those eyes, those sighs, they're part of the tender trap. You're hand in hand beneath the trees, and soon there's music in the breeze. You're acting kind of smart until your heart just goes whack. Those trees, that breeze, they're part of the tender trap. Now, if you thought that was scary for 7-year-old Jack, then buckle your seatbelts because things are about to take a turn. For my 8th birthday, I wanted nothing more than to go on a seaplane. Our pilot, Pilot Pete, asked us if we wanted to go up above the mountains and look down upon the mountain goats. Of course, at 8 years old, this sounded amazing. But as we got higher and higher, the air outside got colder and colder to the point where the little fuel pipes on the little plane got a little frozen and the engine a little stopped. And I got a big scared. The mountains below us were getting closer and closer, and right when we were getting a great view of the goats, Pilot Pete turned around to look at my dad and gave him the most scared and apologetic look I'd ever seen. I knew things were going downhill, just as my enthusiasm for seaplanes was. But right then, when things were looking their grimmest, the air outside warmed up, the propeller kicked back in, and the rest is history. However, I can tell you Pete was a lot less chatty on the way back down. I was always an adventurous little bugger, and I still am today. But it shaped how I view life and how important it is to squeeze every last drop of happiness out of it. Because it's all risk, but a life lived in fear is a life never lived at all. And getting to the end of it and regretting not the things you did, but the things you didn't do is the biggest risk of all. So jump out of that plane, climb that mountain, make friends with the Yeti, and live every minute. Well, sing at the top of your voice, and love without fear in your heart. Feel like you still have a choice. If we all light up, we can scare away the dark. Wish our weekdays away, spend our weekends in bed, drink ourselves stupid and work ourselves dead. And oh, just because that's what mum and dad said we should do. We should run through the forest, we should swim in the streams, we should laugh, we should cry, we should love, we should dream, we should stare at the stars and not just the screens. You should hear what I'm saying and know what it means to sing. Sing at the top of your voice, and love without fear in your heart. feel like you still have a choice. If we all light up, we can scare away the dark. Where we wish we were happier, thinner and fitter. We wish we weren't losers and liars and quitters. We want something more, not just nasty and bitter. We want something real, not just hashtags and Twitter. It's the meaning of life, and it's streamed live on YouTube, cause Gangnam Style is still getting more views, and we're scared of skiing and flying and shooters, but we're all slowly dying in front of fucking computers. So sing at the top of your voice, and love without fear in your heart.